The mysterious train linking Paraguay to Argentina in 8 minutes.
Wow.
Yes, it's a real thing, and yes, this is pretty much the only commuter train you can get in Paraguay, and that more or less goes the same for Argentina. They just aren't big on the trains in that part of the world. Welcome to my channel, and just like everyone else here, I'm going to ask you to click the like and subscribe buttons so I can get more travel content like this out to you. What a bonus. Now, this is a real-time video. It goes for 8 minutes, the entire running of the trip, so you can see what it's like. And in the meantime, I'm going to explain to you the questions that you might have. How often does it run? What is it like? Where do I get it from? Now, I'm going to have to be quick because it's going to run for the duration of this video. Okay, so the first thing is how often does it run? Okay, now it runs from Monday to Friday, okay, from 7:15 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. The first one running from Posadas and the last one running from Encarnacion. The trains from Encarnacion run on the halves of the hour, whereas from Posadas, Argentina, they run on the quarters of the hour. That's every 15 and 45 of the hour. You can see it better on this picture that I put up there on the screen. That is the timetable, or you can just check out the link in the description of this video. But you won't have much of a worry. You won't be waiting very long as you're there from 7:15 to 6:30. It's very important to know, however, that the last train, that's it. They don't care. You can stay stranded there on one side or the other. Last train is last train, so make sure you get there on time. 6:30 being the very last train. After that, you're going to have to either get a bus, or you're going to have to go by road, be it a taxi or a rideshare, whatever you want. As for rideshare, that leads me to explaining to you how to get to these stations. Now, these stations aren't in the center of the city, so it's not like you can really walk there on either way. So get yourself a taxi, or be it an Uber or a Bolt. Bolt is quite popular in Paraguay. Argentina is more on the Uber side. Get one of those from wherever you are in that city. It'll cost you less than $5 to get there, and it's well worth it. The actual train price is subject to change. It's about $1 each way, so you can pay in both Guarani or pesos on either side, but you can use your card as well, so it's really easy to pay for it. That's the last of your problems. Now, the thing that you need to be aware of, however, is it's not just like jumping on a train and going to the shops. It is considered an international border, so treat it like as if you were traveling from one country to the other by air. You're gonna see border police there. You're gonna have to be eligible to get in there. You need to have a visa for it, or you need to be sure that your passport will let you in without a visa. But it's not a game of just going back and forth and expecting just to be able to get in there. So on either side of those things, you need to be sure that you're doing an international border cross, so have all your papers in order. I know that in Ciudad del Este, they're pretty relaxed going from Paraguay to Brazil and Brazil to Paraguay, but it's not the same situation on this train. It's pretty legit. If you're going by road, be it car, motorcycle, bus, you're going to find yourself in quite a queue. So you might, depending on how busy it is, and you can't control the weather and you can't control the queue at the border, there might be a lot of cars waiting. And the number of border police lanes are pretty limited, so it can take a fair bit. If you're lucky and it's a quiet day, it might be just as fast as the train, but if that's not the case, you could be there, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, so that's what makes this train so fun. The disadvantages, well, you have to get a cab on either side, I guess, but if you've got a hire car in that situation, you get to pretty much keep that on either side for easy transport back into the place you're going. But aside from that, the train is the way to go. It's really easy. Now, a curiosity that you might have is, what's the big difference between Encarnacion and Posadas? Or is it any different? I'd say yes, it is quite. Encarnacion in Paraguay is very laid back in a different way to the Argentinian concept of laid back. Now, you can say that Encarnacion has more of a Southeast Asian vibe to it. It's got a lower level of development, more dirt roads, smaller buildings, things like that. And the people are, I would say, generally a bit smilier and friendlier. It's pretty safe by South American standards, and I'd say it's pretty safe in general. Now, on the other side of things, Posadas, Argentina, it's not dangerous. It's actually pretty chill. I found Buenos Aires to be a bit more dangerous for tourists, but Posada has its own version of chill. It's more developed. There's I guess less dirt roads, much taller buildings, that type of thing. But it's still a very friendly place, but it has a faster pace to it. I would not be able to decide which of the two I like more, but you don't really have to make that decision if you're in this part of the world, because as you can see, you can get this very convenient train on either end. Say the prices are lower in Paraguay and Encarnacion. Things are a bit more expensive in Posadas, but I'd say the nightlife, things are open till later in Posadas. Things close a bit earlier in Encarnacion, so you might have a bit of a time finding things open. Whereas if you look over there if you look out there in the distance, that is Posadas. As you can see, skyscraper style, big apartment buildings. There's a bit more, I guess, life to it after hours compared to Encarnacion. But throw that all out the window when it comes to summertime, because Encarnacion turns into pretty much along the Rio Grande a party and touristy resort city. So there's a lot more happening in that part of the year. So I guess now you can see the train is starting to slow down and pull up to the other end. It was a very quick ride. Unfortunately, it wasn't a fantastic day weather-wise, but this is just going to have to do. This is what it looks like on a rainy, cloudy day. I hope you got something out of it. If you've got any questions in particular about this part of the world, happy to answer questions down in the comment section. You can say how much you hated this video, for example. I mean, that's the thing to do these days, isn't it? Or you can just ask me some general questions and I'll try and get to answer them. Okay, and that's pretty much all I've had to say. So now I'm just looking at the clock, waiting for this footage to end. And I've run out of things to say. Hey, look, the train's slowing down and people are desperate to get off because they've got things to do. As you can see, I'll just repeat that you can like and subscribe and get more of this engaging content straight to your device. It's getting a bit awkward now, but hey, thanks for stopping by, as they say. Posadas, here you are. You're still here. Well, I'm flattered. Bye for now. There it is, there's the sign. Posadas. Like and subscribe.